Good day, everyone. My report today focuses on Unit 3 from Framework to Practice the teacher's role in the Philippine curriculum implementation. See curriculum implementation in the Philippine context to curriculum implementation, specifically models of implementation. And these are our learning objectives for today's discussion. What is models of implementation? Implementation models are framework used to guide the process of putting a plan, policy, or system into action. They provide a structured approach, offering guidance on how to translate ideas into tangible results. So, models of implementation is like a blueprint for action. When an organization, like a school system, decides to adopt new curriculum, they have a plan on paper. The implementation model provides step by step instructions, strategies, and checkpoints necessary to successfully put that plan or the new curriculum into action. The four models of implementation are the ORC or the Overcoming Resistant to Change model, LOC, Leadership Obstacle Course model, Linkage model, and RCA or the RAND Change Agent model. ORC model stands for Overcoming Resistant to Change. This mode rests on the assumption that the success or otherwise of curriculum implementation primarily depends on the impact the developer makes on the users of curriculum such as teachers, students, and the society in general. So the ORC model assumes that the success of implementing a new curriculum mainly depends on how the curriculum's developers can influence the teachers, students, and society who will be using it. It's all about reducing and overcoming the teacher's resistance to the change. Teachers go through four stages of concern when a change is suggested. So the first one is unrelated concerns. At this stage, teachers do not perceive a relationship between themselves and the suggested changes. So the teachers here don't yet see how the change relates to them personally. The second one, personal concerns. At this stage, the teacher will react to the innovation in relation to his or her personal situation. He or she is concerned with how the new program compares to the new one already in use. So the teacher here starts reacting based on their personal situation. Task-related concerns. This stage relates to the actual use of innovation. The teacher at this stage will be concerned with the time required for teaching the new program, availability of materials, strategies to be adopted, and etc. So the teacher here worries about the effort and time required to teach the new program. The last one, impact-related concerns. The teacher at this stage will be concerned with how the innovation will influence others. So the teacher here starts to think about how the new program will influence others such as students, schools, and etc. The second model is the LOC or the Leadership Obstacle Course model. This model treats staff resistant to change as problematic and proposes that we should collect data to determine the extent and nature of the resistance in implementing the curriculum. So, this model views resistance from staff as a problem that needs to be addressed. Leadership must identify and remove obstacles or barriers that prevent teachers from successfully implementing the new curriculum. Data is collected to understand the extent and nature of the resistance. 5 conditions for the new curriculum to be succeed. Leadership must ensure, first, the organizational members must have a clear understanding of the proposed innovation. So, the staff clearly understand the proposed innovation. Second, individuals within the organization must be given relevant skills so that they possess the capabilities requisite for carrying out the innovation. So the staff are given the skills and capabilities needed to carry it out. Third, the necessary materials and equipment for the innovation must be furnished. So the materials and equipment are provided. Fourth, if need be, the organizational structure must be modified so that it is compatible with the innovation being suggested. So, the school's organizational structure is adjusted to be compatible with the innovation. Fifth, the participants in the innovation must be motivated to spend the required time and effort to make the innovation a success. So, the participants should be motivated to put in the required time and effort. The LOC model sees change as processing through three clear stages. So the first one is initiation, the stage where change is introduced, ideas, innovations, or programs are planned and decisions are made to adopt them. So this planning stage where the decisions to adopt the new ideas or program is made. Second, attempted implementation. The stage where the change is tried out in practice, teachers and schools apply the new curriculum or approach, often facing challenges, adjustments, or resistance. So, the stage where the change is tried out in practice and teachers, schools apply the new approach, often facing challenges, resistance, or adjustments. So the last one is incorporation, the stage where the change became a part of normal system. The innovation is accepted, institutionalized, and integrated into regular school practices. So in this stage it becomes a permanent, normal part of the system. The innovation is accepted and integrated into regular school practices. The third model is linkage model. The linkage model recognizes that there are innovators in research and development centers such as the universities. Educators in the field sometimes, however, find some attempts that are innovative and inappropriate for solving the problems. So, these models emphasizes creating a connection or a link between two groups, those who do research and those who use it. So, the goal here is to match a school's problems with appropriate solutions that came from research centers. This model embeds two systems, the user system and the resource system. There has to be a link between these two systems. So the user system, this includes the schools, teachers, and learners who have the problems. While the resource system, this includes research and development centers like universities, which have the potential solutions or innovations. The resource system must understand the user system to create the right solutions. The linkage cycle. The first one is diagnosis. Identify and analyze the problems of the user system, the school, teachers, and learners. So, the user system problems is identified and analyzed. Second, search. Look for possible solutions or innovations from the resource system, research centers, universities, or developers. So, the resource system must look for a possible solution. The third one is retrieval. Select or gather the most suitable educational package or idea. So, you must pick the best educational package or idea. Fourth, fabrication of solution. Adapt or modify the solution to fit the user's context. So the solution is adapted or modified to fit the user's specific context. Fifth, dissemination. Deliver or implement the solution to the user system. So the solution is being delivered and implemented. The last one is evaluation. Assess the effectiveness of the solution and its impact on the problem. So the effectiveness of the solution is being assessed. The last model is the run change agent model. So this model suggests that organizational dynamics seem to be chief barriers to the change. So this model suggests that the main barriers to change are the dynamics and structure of the organization, the school or the district itself. So successful implementation relies on the combination of the change itself, the abilities of the staff, the readiness of the community, and the school's structure. The following three stages of change, the same as the LOC or the leadership obstacle course. The first one is initiation. At this stage, the curriculum developers work to secure the support for the anticipated change. To support a change, such as a new program, people must understand and agree that it is legitimate. So, the curriculum developers work to get a support for a change, ensuring that people understand and agree that it is legitimate. Second, implementation. At this stage, the proposed change, the new program, and the organizational structure are adjusted to operationalize the change. So, the new program and the organizational structure are adjusted to put the change into operation. The third one is incorporation. During this stage, the changes implemented became part of the established program. So, the changes became a permanent part of the established program. Success of the implementation depends on the characteristic, features, or traits of the proposed change, the abilities, skills of the academic and administrative staff, the readiness of the local community, and the school's organizational structure.